Hi. Okay.
Now go do your work.
Okay, so I'm going to interview you guys on basically my first year and a half alive on this earth.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess my first question. So how was the pregnancy with me?
I had no problem at all.
Oh my god.
Your pregnancy was really easy. I only had a little bit of morning sickness for the first, I don't know, but the 4th through the 6th month. And your dad got trained to bring me toast in the morning so I didn't throw up into the Pachysandra before I got in the car every morning.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I always carried saltines around.
Oh.
But it was an easy pregnancy. The only time it got scary was in, I think it was the 6th month, when they said that we should do some genetic testing because they were worried about some of the markers that they were seeing. And we did genetic testing at Yale New Haven Hospital. And obviously, you're wonderful, and there wasn't any problems, but just, I can't remember what it was that they were measuring. But
Do you know what kind of testing they did?
They were looking at an extra X chromosome or fragile X chromosome. There were a couple different things that they were looking at, but it was a chromosomal disorder.
Oh, okay. Did someone in our family have that or something?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I think they just wanted to scare me.
Yeah.
Did you do any other prenatal testing?
Always, yeah. We did the dun-dun-dun, here's me, Karini right here. We did these on a regular basis so that we were keeping track of your
Hold
development.
them for the record to show.
There's your foot.
That's my leg.
Dee-dee-dee-dee.
There it is.
Yep, that's her leg. So yeah, we were watching, your growth patterns,
My head.
and every time we went to see if you were a boy or a girl, you'd go like this. You'd cover yourself.
We couldn't
Wait,
see.
you couldn't tell?
We couldn't tell.
Wait,
No, we
so
couldn't
how
tell
long
for a
did it
while.
take until you could see?
We tried 3 different times, right?
I think it was like this. It was pretty late. It was like,
Yeah.
it was like the 7th month or something.
Before you would let anybody know what you were.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be a surprise,
Well,
apparently.
we wanted it to be a surprise. We didn't tell anybody
Oh,
whether you were
okay.
going to be a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we were going to be happy either way, and we wanted them to go along and
Aw.
be happy for us
Aw.
either way.
Aw. So when did you go into labor?
I went into labor the day before Mother's Day. So it was like May 9th.
May 9th.
My 9th was Mother's Day, and I got up in the morning and I wasn't feeling so good. So I called my mom to say Happy Mother's Day, but I won't be seeing you today.
Right.
And I kind of didn't feel so good. And then that evening,
So you went into labor on Mother's Day?
I went into labor on Mother's Day.
Mm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So how long did labor last for you?
Active labor, 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
About 8 hours. And they were just about ready to do a C-section because the umbilical cord was
Wrapped around your neck.
Oh.
And every time I had a strong contraction, your heart rate would go down.
Right.
And that's how they knew that you were probably positioned in a way that they were like, uh-oh, we better get the
They were all
NICU ready.
NICU ready.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was
They were all
scary.
prepped.
They were all prepped, and at the last minute, you just
Came
said,
out.
Yep.
Yep. You said, okay, it's time.
You finally let go over ribs
Yeah.
and came out.
No, it was a long labor, but not terrible.
So, obviously, I was okay after the umbilical cord incident.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were fine. You were absolutely fine.
So, do you remember how I did on the APGAR testing?
On the APGAR testing, you did great, actually, on all of the levels.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Even
Your
right
color, your respiration, your heart rate, yeah, everything was fine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they weren't worried about anything. It's just that they had to follow procedures and be ready
Yeah,
just in
yeah,
case.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, how was I when I first got home and everything?
You were really quiet. You were an easy baby. Oh, easy baby.
Yeah, you've always been easy.
No, really, you were an easy baby, and I mean, like all babies, you woke up when you were hungry or
Yeah.
when you were wet. Well, surprise, surprise. You know, you were
Yeah.
up 3 or 4 times in the night, and then once you got a little bit bigger and your stomach could handle a little bit more,
Yeah.
then you were sleeping more soundly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I got up. I think it was 2 times a night. on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
you weren't very feisty.
That was your settle. Yeah, you weren't feisty.
No.
You didn't complain. You were just an easy bit. That's why we were able to travel with you everywhere. You were so
You went
easy.
everywhere.
We did. We traveled a lot with you.
You kind of like Amber. You just, well behaved.
Amber's our dog. Thank you.
Ella. No, well, at that time it was Plato.
Plato. Yeah.
Plato. The minute you came home,
Was watching over you.
we had your baby blanket. Let her smell that first and everything. Let him smell it first, and then the minute you were in your room, she would go in. He would go in, just lie down next to you, or lie into your crib.
There's baby Corinne. So cute. It was so chubby.
Yeah.
7 pounds, 4 ounces.
Yep.
Mhm.
May
Nice.
10th.
May 10th.
Mhm.
Let's see. How was I doing, like, developmentally? Was I
You hit
Fine.
all the markers. Matter of fact, you.
Yeah.
beat this out?
Yeah,
Early sometimes.
Yeah,
Baby first year.
Yeah.
Sticker calendar.
Everything marked.
And I even made up some
Made up
pictures.
something, yes.
Mom,
I did.
we thought you looked like Dad. Everybody thought I
yes,
looked like
everybody
Dad.
said you look like. Oh, looks like your father.
Yep.
So,
So you hit all of your markers, and you were taller than most kids. You were continually taller,
Right.
height wise. Weight wise, you were a little less. So you were tall and thin,
Thin. Tall and thin.
and your head was a little smaller than average.
I think my head is still a little small.
Just a little bit. No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
you're
Just a
doing,
little
yeah,
small.
you're doing
Doing
fine.
alright.
You're doing fine. That's why you have so much
Yeah.
hair.
And
your
one
head
of,
looked bigger.
because of where you were in the womb, the way you were located, your leg was kind of tucked under.
Yeah.
So you had a little bowed leg that your Uncle Jim worked on.
Oh, okay.
Osteopathic treatment when you were an
Straight
infant.
out. Yep.
So,
And you did not like that. You screamed and yelled. Oh, you did not like that.
Well, I mean-
I had to leave the house when he was working on you. No, you did not like it.
Alex has my first smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
18 days after my birthday was
Yeah.
my first smile.
Yeah. Mary said, "No, it's gas." I said, "No, she's."
Oh,
You cooed. You cooed.
Oh, yeah,
and
you cooed.
smiled.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys just, ah.
I think she smiled when you had the Thai chicken pizza.
Thai chicken pizza.
Thai. Yes.
And I discovered my hands
Yes.
3 days before I was 1 month old.
Yep.
And then after a month, I was 8 pounds, 7 ounces.
Mhm. We used to put things on your feet, like there were toys that you could put on your feet that had like bells on them.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and you used to like play with your feet. I think that's why you were a dancer early on.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
sound.
Bells
you
and toes.
did. You did.
And we had that
The mobile.
mobile went around and played music. Yep. We put bright colors in your room. All kinds of bright colors.
Yeah. Probably so
Jungle.
bright you couldn't sleep.
You had all the jungle stuff.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
still have that stuff.
We still have it, yeah.
So let's see. I held a toy for the first time at 2 months and 6 days.
Mhm.
And I was on a plane when I was just over 2 months old.
We went to
Yes.
Erie to
Went
see
to
my
Erie,
sister.
Pennsylvania.
How was that?
You, whenever you got a little fussy, you nursed.
Yes.
Oh, so I was just hungry, probably.
No,
Oh.
it was because of the altitude.
And then you would,
Oh, my
Because
ears.
it's
then they
really
would pop.
sensitive on
And then
infants, so they
Yeah.
just said, whenever, however, how long, and it's a short flight. So
Yeah.
you did really great.
Yep.
People loved seeing a little tiny baby like that on a
Yeah.
plane.
All right, and then I raised my head 5 days before I was 3 months old,
Mhm.
and then I grasped objects
Mhm.
2 days before I was 3 months old.
Yep.
Any fun stories about that or not?
You were trying to get to Plato, the dog.
Yep.
You
So,
were,
Yes.
like you were.
I would try to grasp it.
Right.
Yeah, you were trying.
Like, it was like you.
Yeah, you just.
It's almost
couldn't
like
wait to
everything was
touch
out
him.
of reach because you wanted to.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite have the coordinated.
Yeah. Yeah, you.
Put your arm out.
Yeah,
And then,
And Plato would just walk into you. That would help.
yeah.
and then I found my toes.
Yes.
Then I sat propped up.
Mhm.
Let's see what else. I rolled over,
Mm-hmm.
almost 4 months old.
Mhm.
What's this? Thrush?
Thrush.
What's that?
Oh, that was the
The inside
inside your mouth.
you
You
had
got
an
thrush.
infection.
Like an infection. We had to get the. What was it?
Istatine? Istatine?
It wasn't neomycin.
Nice Stanton.
Nice. Looks like nice statin. Nice statin or something. to clear it up.
So what do you know what caused it?
Antibiotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a bacteria in the mouth.
Oh, just does it
It
happen?
was probably
pretty
after you found
common.
your feet and everything.
Your
you know?
feet
So,
and your fingers.
It's so amazing.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Did
pretty
you know
common.
your thing went out?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It
wow.
still goes on. Let's see. Chris 16th. Chris was 16.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
This is when we took you
That
camping
was
at
your
Rocky
first
Neck.
birthday party.
Right.
First birthday party.
And then we took you to Rocky Neck.
Camping?
Yes.
Camping. Yeah.
Did I like that?
Yes.
You liked everything.
Yeah.
You liked
We
travel.
strolled you around,
Yeah.
walked you around.
Let's see. At 4 months old, I was 13 pounds. And then I ate some rice cereal.
Mhm.
Your first
And I
week.
shook a rattle.
Mhm.
And then I pulled my socks off.
All the time.
All the
All
time.
the time.
Did I not like socks?
No.
There's not anything on your. Well, you discovered your feet. You no sense covering them up.
Oh, right. of
You didn't.
course.
You wanted them all the time.
Mhm.
Your toes were your best friend.
First mariachi serenade.
Yes.
And I briefly sat without support.
Right.
Yep.
When I was almost 5 months old.
Mhm.
And then, let's see. What else?
What was it with the peaches?
She ate peaches.
First time, right?
Yeah, and I
You
was
were
making
50-50.
notation about whether
Yeah.
she liked it. So.
So,
Not so
so.
much on the
Yeah,
peaches.
right.
I like peaches now.
And you love sweet potatoes. You ate
Yes.
so much that your skin was a little orangish.
I think I ate so much that I don't like them anymore now.
Oh,
Could be.
it could be.
Could very well
Likes
be.
green beans, squash. Do
Yeah.
not like squash.
We took you
Here's
to
your first Halloween.
when we took you to tour all the leaves.
Tore all the leaves.
Yes, and you grabbing and crunching them.
New
On
England
this
stuff.
fall. Yeah.
And then
Potato
so
leaves.
our first separation was almost a week before I was 6 months old.
Yep.
Yep.
How did I do with that?
You did well.
Yep.
Because Grandma Lucas was here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you had a babysitter, Katie. She was fine, but between the two of them, I mean,
Yeah.
you
You
were
had plenty of
fine.
attention.
And you were still sleeping most of the day
Yeah.
at
Okay.
that point, so
Makes
you were
sense.
doing fine.
Let's see. I took a bottle of formula without hassle, and I liked it.
Yes.
So I didn't like
You
it
do.
before.
No, you
No.
you were very clear on your preferences. Yeah,
I was picky,
you wanted fresh.
and
Yes.
chicken was not a thing.
Yeah.
Yuck. What, yeah, but that
Yuck.
that's a,
It is yucky.
it didn't. Yeah, it
You don't
didn't
like
taste great the way they served it to you. Yeah.
All right, let's see. At 6 months old, I was 26 pounds, and wait. Oh no! I was 14 pounds. I was mistaken. 14 pounds
26.
and 2 ounces.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was 26 inches.
Right.
Again, you were tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
You liked yogurt.
I
Yum.
liked
You
yogurt.
love yogurt. Oh, and custard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So much.
We couldn't figure that
Oh,
out. Everybody
you
likes
started
custard.
clapping your hands.
Yep.
Aw.
Got excited.
I crept on my tummy about 2 weeks after 6 months old.
Yeah.
Did I like to creep?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were creepy.
Like a creeper.
All right, let's see. What's all this fun stuff? Christmas tree. I
Yeah.
waved bye-bye
Oh yeah.
just after 7 months old.
You were so sociable.
Yep.
Like you really noticed people.
You went to work with mom.
I went to work. How was I at work?
You're great.
I was there during
Everybody
an
wanted to
exam.
hold
During the
you.
exam,
I was
yeah.
there during an exam.
Oh,
the
during the
distraction.
during the
Yeah.
smoker communication
Yeah.
class because I taught like half a semester
Mm-hmm.
and they could not wait to see you.
Oh,
They could not wait to see you.
no.
We went to the department holiday party.
Mhm.
She stayed with Roro.
You didn't take me to a party?
Yeah.
No, you'd have been fine there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I pulled myself up a little bit after I waved bye-bye.
Yeah.
And then I held my own bottle. Let's see, a little after my first Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, New Year. I was a new millennium baby.
Hmm.
Let's see what else. Mommy started second classes. Oh, I had daddy all to myself.
Yep.
And then I got my first tooth a little before I was 8 months old. How was I with growing teeth?
Just like any baby, you would pull at your ears.
Yeah.
My ears?
Yeah, because your ears.
Then you get
Yeah, when you
want
get
to
your
gnaw on
teeth,
it.
you'll see
You
kids
cut the
get.
gums away.
Yeah, they get the red cheeks and they
Mhm.
pull at their ears because it hurts.
It hurt. Oh, yeah, it's like the jaw. But
Yeah,
I
it
don't really know
hurts,
where.
and they get cranky.
We,
so
we froze all the washcloths. We did all
Mhm.
everything we could for the teething.
Wow, this was a big month for me. Look.
you did a
All right,
lot.
first tooth, and then I sat up alone the day after.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then, like, a week later, I was 8 months old.
Yep.
And then I had my first bath in a
big
tub.
That's right.
Mhm.
And then my second tooth.
Yep.
And then a day after that, I learned to crawl. And then I had a third tooth a week later.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot. Oh, my favorite sounds.
Yes, your favorite, your first words.
Go ahead and say them.
Bow wow.
Mhm.
Ta.
Mhm. Ta
Da, da, da,
da, da.
Da 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 da. Nya.
Yeah.
Nya.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Mummy.
Julianne's laughing there. Oh.
But the first words you said were bow wow.
The
Yes.
first
The
words
first
were
words
bow
were
wow.
bow wow.
That's funny. Let's see. I weaned off of mom a little over 8 months.
Mhm.
No more nursing.
Oh, we had a first stroller ride too
My first
on the
stroller.
31st in the snowstorm.
In a snowstorm. What? Did you want to kill me or something?
No.
I don't
No, we just
There's
you
no
were,
flight.
we wanted to raise a flexible kid, and you were so flexible. That
Easy-
you have
easy to travel.
and went to parties. And
We just brushed the ice off of you and kept going.
Yeah.
So looked up the book, flips pages and eats the yummy corners.
Yes.
And your favorite book was Dinosaur's Banquet.
Dinosaur's Banquet.
Dinosaurs
Because it had a,
Banquet.
because you would open it up and it had a little piece of felt
Yes.
in it, and you could
Oh,
feel
feel the
Dinosaur's Banquet.
Yes.
Ah.
You adored that book.
Wow. So I looked at a book,
Mhm.
and the next day I had my fourth tooth.
Mhm.
Next day I pulled myself to a stand.
Yep.
Mhm.
Next day I stood holding on.
Yep.
Yep.
And the next day I ate a solid food, which was flounder and sweet potatoes.
Yes.
Then I met my brother Bo for the first time.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Did I like Bo?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big toy for you.
Yeah. All right, let's see. When I was 9 months old, I was 15 pounds and 13.5 ounces and 28 inches. Let's see. You took me a lot of places.
Would you-
Yeah, we did.
We should throw you in a backpack and take you hiking with us.
Did I like hiking?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I like hiking.
Oh yeah. Yep.
We took you snowshoeing.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That was right there in Vermont.
That was a nice time.
Mountaintop
Irene and
Inn.
Howard's wedding.
Yep.
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 I remember the snowshoeing when this was tough because remember my snowshoe came off and we were trying to figure out how to hold it and get the snowshoe back
No,
on
we
again.
Don't sacrifice
It was
me for the
not-
Well, I
snowshoe.
didn't know whether to just stick you in the snow or
Stick me in the
Yeah.
snow.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, the Voodoo Lounge in Mystic.
Yeah.
And then I sat in a high chair.
And you were kind of tiny, so like we always had to put something on the side of you on either side of
We
you in
would
a
slip
high
out of the
chair.
high chair.
Otherwise, you'd be like falling
Or
over
falling over,
No.
yeah.
or sliding down. Yeah, we had to prop you in there.
Prop you up.
All right, let's see. I climbed upstairs a little, like a week before 10 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got my pictures taken. Is that this?
Yep.
Yep.
That's it.
I was 10 months old here. Yay. And then, probably about it. Yeah, because you went back to work more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I got overwhelmed. I kept track of things. They're in another calendar somewhere so that I could transfer them in, but that's what happened. Very busy.
Very busy. And then, just a bunch of pictures
Yeah.
of baby me.
Your first wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one. I like this one.
This one.
Yes, I love that one.
How old was I here, do you think?
About getting close to a year old.
This is
I don't want to show him that one.
This is your artistic baby picture.
She's going to
Right
be a
after
plumber.
she was born. Right
She's
after
going to
she
be a
was born.
plumber when she grows up, we
Yeah.
said.
Chris turned out to be the plumber.
Oh, there you were at the wedding.
Which wedding?
That's when you would go,
Remember the sounds she used to make? It was half laugh, half
yeah, it was
sound.
like,
How, this was Erie, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I wasn't even like a month old yet?
3 months
3
old.
months.
Oh, 3 months old.
Yeah, almost 3 months.
3 months old.
And we all dressed in
Blue?
blue check.
Blue, yeah, I see that. We're matching.
We're all matching.
Aw, look at me. I was
Yep,
cute.
you were
And
so
I was
cute.
red.
Well, you were brand new there.
That's you and Fritz.
Look at the old computer.
Fritz would do anything to teach you that computer. He just listen.
No.
Took you forever to learn it.
I guess so.
Yep.
So when did I first start? Do you remember when I started crawling at all?
Around 10 because you started 10 months because
Yeah.
you started crawling into things we didn't want you to crawl into.
Yeah.
I had, because you started crawling into the fireplace, you started crawling into the dog's dish, you started, because you were crawling, you wanted to get around, so we would pick you up and like let you crawl in the other direction, and then you crawl this way,
like little toys that bump into something, go the other way.
Oh
yeah,
like
a
Roomba.
We pick you up and
like a Roomba, bump you and go another direction. Yeah.
Thanks.
But yeah, you were almost walking. You like kind of toddle over to somebody and then get up and like stand next to them.
Yeah.
And lean next to them, but you didn't start actually walking until your first birthday.
On
your birthday party. On your first birthday, you started walking from one person to the next, and we were like, unbelievable. Your timing was impeccable.
I wanted to show off, obviously.
It was like everybody had to be in on it.
It was like a pinball game.
Because
and you were laughing.
I think it was because we're so sociable. You just wanted to be around people.
You found it was faster to walk than to crawl.
Or to wait to rather than waiting for them to come pick you up, you went to go get them.
Pay attention to me.
Pay attention to me.
Yep.
When did I start, like, I don't want to say running, but like faster paced walking?
Right after that.
Oh, you were.
Right after that. You wanted to run.
You didn't crawl for a long time. You didn't walk for a long time. There was like fast everywhere.
Oh, and then we'd get on a plane. You'd be like, I want to walk. You want to walk. And your dad would have you walking up and down the aisle on the plane, or if we were in the car for a long time, you'd just start kicking on the back of the seat.
My seat, you.
Yeah. You didn't want to sit still. You wanted to run.
So is that why you put me into dancing?
I put you into dancing because you wanted clackers.
Right, you wanted clackers.
Like, right after you started walking, we bought you these little shoes
that made
noise, and you called them clackers.
Yeah.
And you would want to go to Stop and Shop and places like that with me, so you'd make this noise. And then when you heard about tap dancing, like I forgot what we were watching, and you were like, your eyes were like as big as saucers, like, clackers! Oh, I know what it was. It was Riverdance.
Yeah.
You were watching a taping of Riverdance, and you just fell in love with
How old was I?
You started this year like 3.
3?
We put you in formal lessons when you were about 3 to 4. Yeah, just to get you used to the routine. So before you were in kindergarten, you were doing dance. Yeah. Matter of fact, at Kitty Campus on St. Patrick's Day, you were 4, and you supposedly put on a show for everybody doing Irish step dance.
Yes.
Of course, you had never done it before.
But you were sure you know how to do it.
You were sure you knew how to do it. Because you had tap dance.
Right.
You had tap shoes by then.
Oh, okay.
Even before you actually started taking the classes, we bought you tap shoes, and we made you a big piece of wood, and you would jump up and down to make noise.
And wherever we went, if they had music, you would dance.
Yes, accordion.
We went to a restaurant. You were really young. We went to a restaurant on the Cape, and there was a guy playing music up there, and you just got out of your chair and you just went up there and you started dancing. He loved you, and you were dancing around there.
Oh, and he was loving it, and everybody was saying, "Who's the baby with the hair?" Because you were little, but you had this long blonde hair, flowing hair.
Yep, and you loved to dance.
Yeah, so your hair would be dancing, you'd be dancing, your feet would be dancing.
Oh my gosh,
yeah, adorable.
So other than how was I, other than physically, developmentally, was I?
You were interested in just about everything. You loved to read.
Yes.
And, just sitting down with me in a book, you loved that. You would constantly bring me books. You would bring me big old fat books, you could barely carry it, and you'd drag the book over to me, and you'd look up at me, and we'd sit down, and whatever it was, we read it. And if you weren't all that interested, you'd look at the pictures. No, you wouldn't. You were just so interested in everything.
You're also very independent. And when you were little, Christian down the street was a Kitty Campus, and he could bring a friend one day. He took you. And after you came back, you would get up in the morning, and you would get your things ready. You would stand by the door
and pretend to go to school.
And you wanted to go to.
I wanted a lunchbox.
We had to get a lunchbox. I want to go to Kitty Campus.
And a backpack.
And then your mom came up with a great idea, because you were in the middle of potty training, and she said, "Well, Corinne, you can't go to Kitty Campus until you're potty trained. That did it. It
You
didn't
gave
take.
me an incentive.
It didn't take long at all, and you were potty trained. And you go school.
Well, the
You
other
wanted to go so
right,
badly.
the other thing that was about you is you didn't complain. Like you had scarlet fever once.
Yeah.
You had
had
strep.
scarlet fever?
You had strep throat.
Really high fever.
We had no idea, and then all of a sudden we'd
Feel my forehead or something?
yeah, we'd say, "Oh
Burning
my God,
up.
she's burning up," and because you never
You didn't complain.
ever, never complained about anything.
Yep.
So twice you had that, and we're like, "How is this possible?" Because we'd see the little red dots.
Yep.
And we're like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
oh no,
She's hot again.
yeah,
Fever.
yeah." You just
A lot of times
you were
kid-
just an easygoing baby,
A lot of times kids get fevers a lot. So,
Mhm.
it used to be a little bit fever.
especially when they're getting new
You
teeth.
getting your teething and all that, but
Yeah.
boy, you don't complain. No.
Mm-mm.
Even when you broke your wrist, you oh, that really hurt, and you cried a little bit, then it wasn't until
Oh, it's purple.
we said this morning, it wasn't until the next morning that it was swelling a little and said, it wasn't just a sprain, we got to take you in.
Right.
And you didn't complain. No.
But that wasn't until you were,
Yeah.
5 or 6.
6.
Yeah.
So, I think 6
So
was
I'm
what
trying
you
to
broke
think, the first year and a half, I would say you were just an easy baby.
Yeah.
You'd go everywhere. You were sociable. You'd look at people. You'd smile. You'd laugh.
Your sister owes you a debt of gratitude.
What?
Because you were such an easy baby, we said, we can do another one.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what we said. Wow.
So she's an entirely different story.
In some ways. In some ways.
Yeah.
Love you.
She has a little different streak in her than you had.
She just wanted to show that she was different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she did.
She is very
Very different.
All right. I'm trying to think if I have any more questions.
This is pretty much but 1.5.
But I mean,
right?
social. So,
Oh.
okay,
Like
so
1.5, like 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so emotionally, physically,
Socially
advanced. You were writing and holding a pencil. I mean, I couldn't believe you would just like you were doing like self portraits.
Mhm.
Like I would see. I actually saved it for you, but it
You would
looks
just
like
see.
an oval with 2 dots,
We still
and
have
it's
it.
got a stick
Yeah.
going down, and then it's got like 2 sticks coming up from the ground.
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't a flower?
No.
It was you.
It was you.
It was you.
It was
But I mean, you did those very early. Like you were manipulating things and
And you talked.
and talked
Your
early.
vocabulary was phenomenal.
Yeah, we never did baby talk with you.
Yeah. So you,
Oh, okay.
it was-
So
you really,
you
yeah.
did full.
Everybody was
words.
amazed.
And the other thing you did at a very young age, and I can't remember how old you were when you did it, was you said, "Actually,"
Actually,
because
She-
we both do.
she was talking to Bo that time.
Actually, Bo.
Yeah, actually, that's not correct.
So you were very verbal.
Yeah.
Like people assumed you were much older because
Yeah, you were
of
verbal.
your verbal skills. And that's because you read a lot, you wanted to read a lot. You would sit there by yourself reading books, looking at pictures, like making up stories.
You would trace your finger along the
and
words,
Yeah.
pretending, and then just say words, pretending that they were words.
and then you started picking up quite a few words. And we're like,
Yeah.
whoa. Yeah, early reader.
Yep.
What else you got on your list?
I think that's about it.
You were fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, you were a fun kid.
You were well loved.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Yes.
What happened?
No,
Just kidding.
you grew up.
But you-
I'm
but
still
you-
loved.
You're
But you were
so loved.
definitely a dancer, and you're definitely
Outgoing.
destined for soccer because
Confident.
both of that was your feet, and you loved to dance, and you loved to run around naked, and you loved horses.
Oh, the toilet paper. Jeez.
And then there was the time when you were running around naked,
Oh my God.
Like
Mom!
Like a horse.
and you were naked. So what are you doing naked? You said, "I'm a horse."
I'm
I
a
said,
horse.
"Yeah, but where are your clothes?" Horses
Don't wear clothes.
Wow, I was smart.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, it was pretty bright of you.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, you didn't like wearing clothes. We have several pictures of you at parties wearing nothing but a diaper.
You
Mom!
constantly took your clothes off.
You did! We were worried you're going to become a pole dancer.
Mom! All right, this is done. We are done.
Okay.
Thank you
You're welcome.
for answering my questions and a little more.
Yes. We know more. We won't pay.
No, we will not pay.
Oh.
I have other
We'll pay you to listen.
No, you don't have to. No,
You can buy it from us.
It's fine. All right, we're
I have
done.
lots of pictures.
Okay, we're done. All right. I'm sorry.
Christine,
Bye, Corinne.
sorry to your teacher.
We love
Yes.
you.
Bye. All right.
Bye, teach.
Bye.